I can't wear a hat.
Video today?
Yep.
While we're getting started, anybody have any questions? Anybody know how this all works?
Nope.
Okay. We start with, we have 4,500 taps in the woods. They're all up on the top of the hill up here. They come into two different places, and it's all on pipeline. Starts with 1/4 inch tubing about as big as your finger, goes up to 1.5 inch plastic pipe. It's all run, the sugar woods is all on vacuum, which means that when the temperature goes above 32 degrees, the vacuum pumps are on mercury switches, which will make them come on at 32 degrees. So if you pull one of the tubing off the spout itself, it'll feel kind of like a vacuum cleaner. It just sucks. We run, hopefully, if everything's tight and there's no leaks, we can run around 20 inches of vacuum throughout the whole woods. Then we take a truck, bring the sap down here, we bring it out back. We have several storage tanks that we dump it in. We have a reverse osmosis, which the majority of the sap when it comes out of the woods, it runs about 2% sugar content. So what we do with the RO is we take out about half the water, which brings the sugar content up to about 6%, which makes the wood pile last a whole lot longer and makes us have to spend less time in the sugar house. I mean, when we start running, this week it's going to run a lot. We don't want to start at 8 o'clock in the morning and work till midnight. I mean, it makes, by the end of the week, you're had enough. So this shortens our time by a substantial amount. Then the sap comes in on the other side of this wall, up above on a platform, is a 300-gallon tank. That sap comes in there. That way it can gravity into the rig. It goes into the back of the top where it's covered. That's called a steam away. Inside that, as you hear the fans running, there's air blowing through some pipes. So with the air and the super heat, it makes it boil faster. Some of that water condensates and comes out these plastic pipes that you see on the side. It goes into a barrel underneath the rig and then it goes out a drain. So we take a lot of water off from there, which makes this more efficient. In the back on the bottom is called a flue pan. It looks like, the pan looks like your fingers with these, there's sap inside. The fire goes through the fingers because you hear the other fan. When I open that door right now with the fan on, it would blow. It's just blowing the fire right straight up and going up the stack. So that makes it boil. The back pan really gets it going good. Today we're making syrup on this side, so after it goes through that bottom pan, it comes in on this side through that box. And then it comes to these compartments. There's little cutouts in the corner, and it alternates, so it goes back and forth until it gets here. When it gets in this side, then it's about as close to syrup as it's gonna. And then with that automatic draw, and we have dials and we have some meters that we test it and check to make sure the density is what it's supposed to be for syrup. It comes out of there, goes into that big kettle. Through that is a filter press, which takes all the impurities, there's a natural, in the sap, through the tree is a thing called niter. It's kind of like a sandy, gritty material. It takes all that out, filters it, goes up to that copper pipe, into that stainless steel tank over there. And then we either can it. Underneath that is a burner that we can keep it 180 degrees because we can it very hot. So we either put it in jugs or we put it in barrels out of that stainless steel tank. That's how it all works.